think, but I support it nonetheless. It's more like a gift to me. Week two, that's when I'm going to say.
I think I should be the next Disney princess. I have animals in my beard. I feel like that's a Disney beard.
I want to see what happens on week two.
No tiny off.
And you might just kick them out. You signed them to your airline lease.
That's true. That is true.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead.
It's your class of tenants that you have to worry about, right?
So, which one of those is going to be in charge? Because I feel like girls.
Hello, Internet.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi, we're feeling. Okay, we're not feeling that great. I have allergies.
I have life allergies.
Sure.
I should have eaten the 9-day-old cake.
Yeah, that's probably, and the tequila probably didn't help much.
Well, I mean, the tequila the older tequila gets, the better it gets for you.
That's
And
not how.
the less you remember what technically is in the bottle, the safer it is to drink.
Anyway, I'm Marque and Williams.
And I'm James Ashby, and we are going to be
Making
something
Yes.
delicious today, guys. So, we are very, very, very close to the D-Day of cooking.
Which is.
Thanks for making me fat day.
Yeah, it's
Feast-giving.
It's somewhat accurate.
Feast-giving.
But it's not. Alright, fine. Feast-giving. Anyway, to celebrate Feast-giving, we are going to be making
Stuffin Muffins!
which kind of sounds like a early 90s rap group.
Stuffin
The
Muffins.
Stuffin Muffins.
I still say it sounds like something that a rap group would have claimed to be doing.
Stuffin Muffins. I stuff muffins on video.
Alright, so let's get our rundown for this super awesome treat. Also, you can prepare for Thanksgiving if you do this, because these are super easy to store in the freezer and then reheat. Stuffing is not a delicate dish. Alright.
Mark Carson said your beard needs to catch up.
My beard is doing just what it wants to do. It's called a subdued enjoyment.
If you're looking one alpha beard, my beard is the strongest beard. And here are celery. We're not going to start strong with the exciting ingredients.
Celery is delicious. And good for you. It's awesome.
Well, cucumber's boring, brother.
Yes, celery tastes nothing.
I'm going to be a little more flavorous. Anyway, we only have onion. Delicious. Always good.
Yeah.
Alright. What?
Carson
Spices.
Carson said whatever's helped you sleep at night, man.
You and we're going to have some talks now. What we got here?
Spices. We have poultry seasoning and thyme.
That's right. We're going to talk a little bit about that poultry seasoning in a little bit.
This is a cup of butter.
So we have such delicious melted butter.
You know it's Thanksgiving when you can start measuring butter and things out of the tablespoons? When it usually start being like, and this is a 5-minute pour of butter.
That's a solid stick of butter right there.
And finally, chicken broth.
Delicious chicken broth.
Now, you can get this super cheap at the store, obviously, but if you ever get to cook your own chicken, or get like a roasted chicken for $5 at the grocery store after midnight, they mark them down, you can boil the carcass and make your own broth, which will be way better.
And you get to cackle because you're boiling carcasses, and that's what you do when you do that.
Also, you actually do snap the bones for chicken broth, so you get to break bones. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to set the oven at 375 degrees, right? And then I'm going to make these
Delicious.
into delicious over here.
So essentially what James is doing, once he has the oven set, is he's going to pour that butter in the pan, get it nice and warm, and then he's just going to start essentially sautéing the onion and the celery. And if there's one thing we know, it's that onion in a pan is fucking delicious, and it smells great.
It's really not the hardest thing to mess up. You can't make onion delicious, then you should quit life.
You should just give up.
Yeah, you were a mistake.
I'm trying to figure out if it's possible to destroy onion. Even if you cook it too far, then just burn onion.
That's still good.
Pretty solid.
You can make that into French onion soup in one step.
Right. What if you covered the onion in someone else's pieces?
You know, PCs are tough, man.
Right.
You know, you gotta use a really thick spice blend and a lot of psychological willpower. I'd say it's more psychological willpower
The
than
power of the mind.
Spence is
Yep.
is on. Said greetings, rejoice, for I have once more graced you with my presence.
What's up, Spence? We feel it. I feel it emanating from the internet. Alright, Paul James over there. Let's watch him get these cooked up nice and good.
Now I'm using a non-stick pan, so obviously I'm going to be using plastic or wooden utensils. In general, I prefer stainless steel, but this is Kimberly's kitchen, and she made this decision. You like how I said decision? Like a
Decision.
Decision. Decision.
Alright. Now, while James is doing that, let's talk a little bit about our poultry seasoning here. Now, this right here is store-bought, but you can actually make your own poultry seasoning relatively easily. It's just going to require, let's see, some parsley, sage, rosemary, marjoram,
Chicken bake.
not chicken bake, salt, pepper, and onion powder.
Chicken feet?
Not chicken feet, onion powder.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, you have different names for things.
You mix all those together, get them up like this, grind them together, and you're going to get yourself a nice poultry seasoning. It's going to be delicious. How's that coming?
I mean, you know, there's butter on it now.
There's butter on it?
Yeah, so it's already better than it was.
This is true. This is a start. You know what I want, though, is that butter to stop.
Yeah, well, I want that too, Mark, but I want a lot of things, you know? Like, I want an equitable system, and I don't even think I want that. I'm a horrible person. I've been tainted by the system of which I was raised. I want to eat all your kidneys for the power. Can I put that into the things?
Eventually, yes. Yes. Once it gets going a little bit.
It's going.
It's percolating. Right? Are we hearing the sizzle?
I'm coming.
Get a close up on that sizzle. I love that sizzle.
It's almost making the celery irrelevant, which is the point of this.
Celery is delicious.
I think the celery is literally there just because otherwise stuffing would instantly constipate you. I think that's the point.
Celery has a nice crunch, has a lot of gentle flavor to most dishes, and if used correctly, adds texture, which is something that is important for like meals.
I was saying, what if instead of celery you used an equal amount of prunes?
Prunes.
It would do the same thing.
It would not be the same thing.
Well, I mean, it would make it sweeter with the prunes.
You do not
Functionally.
Prunes do not crunch. You do not crunch prunes.
No, but they do. Moosh.
Chicken poultry season.
Yes, sir.
So you're just going to sprinkle in some poultry seasoning and some thyme, which is on this side. I think it's a joke. Had to make it. It was necessary.
I was going to do it. You took it from me. So in a lot of dishes, you want to be careful about over-seasoning, but I feel like for Thanksgiving dishes, that's not as much of a concern. It's pretty much just a punch to the face of sage, thyme, garlic, onion.
Get some salt and pepper in there, too.
Oh, yes, sir. Now, here's the pepper. Also, have we put any garlic in this yet?
We have not.
Because I'm thinking, what if we used garlic salt instead of regular salt as a little kung fu move?
You could definitely do that.
Culinary kung fu.
Stuffing does not necessarily carry the garlic flavor, but it can definitely add a nice punch to a meal. So let's throw in some garlic salt. Garlic salt. Garlic salt. There you go.
Kabang!
Who, actually, now that I think about it, sounds like a anime villain from the early 90s.
Garlic salt.
This isn't even my final form.
Man, I'm too old for Pokemon. I'm just gonna start admitting that. I've been playing Blind Man's Bluff with that a little bit.
How's it feel? How's it feel?
I just I never cared. That's the thing. That's how I know I'm too
Never
old. You know what I
cared.
mean? It was never interesting to me.
Never.
Well, here's the thing. It seemed like it was for kids after Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seemed like it was for kids. That's how
James.
old I am.
James.
You see what I'm saying?
James, you missed out, man. The original Reds
What?
and Blues.
I had He-Man.
Rolling around town.
I had Ninja Turtles.
I have watched history.
I had Transformers when it was relevant.
I watched the shit out of He-Man as a kid. And I rewatched He-Man. And you know what?
Okay, it sucks. It sucks.
Thank you!
Right? You can't go back to He-Man. You can't
Pokemon,
go
the
back.
original game, you can at least play and be just like, oh, it's a fun little RPG.
Okay, but if you watch the Pokemon series, it's kind of shitty.
Well, yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to defend that.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
What do you think, Internet? How you doing? Pokemon, kind of shitty.
Pokemon and cooking.
I always get more popular after I talk, honestly, on the internet.
Alright, well, James is getting that mixed up because that is starting to come along well. We got ourselves some bread cubes. Now, theoretically, you can roll into the supermarket and buy yourself some bread cubes, but come on. Just get some old bread, chop it up, there you go, bread cubes, you're good to go. Alright, James, bring it over.
Yes, sir. You know it's ready because it looks like sludge of brown, which is where you want your vegetables to be for most Thanksgiving dishes.
Sven suggested we could always put in an apple and a bit of curry powder too. For
Oh, that's a good call, Spence. That would be delicious. You could also put in raisins.
Yeah, that's true. Anything that adds a little bit of sweetness, so mixing in some fruit definitely helps with that. Hell, pears could do it. So we're going to do this. We're going to take our chicken broth. And now we're just going to mix it together so it's nice and evenly cooked.
That's right. Now, as you do this, it might be a little too moist.
Yeah.
And you might decide that you need a little bit of extra bread. So don't put all the bread in at once. Kind of add as you go until you get to the consistency that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Make me a doughy glob.
Yeah.
Make me a ball of calories.
So here's the thing.
La la la. Oh, oh, oh.
This happens to me, I always forget every year, but this happens to me at the end of every summer. There's that last kick of heat, which also means the last kick of pollen, and Mark Franklin Williams gets really bad allergies.
Yeah, James can't sleep at all for a week and a half.
You know what's really annoying about allergies? Like I said, they're not bad enough that you can really complain. You can't be like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain, I have allergies. But they do prevent you from enjoying life to the fullest.
No, it's just enough that you can't not do things. I think that's the thing, right? Like you can't stop working. It's not like breaking a leg.
They're bad if you get a sinus infection.
That's true.
That's bad.
College. Sophomore year, I want to say. I got allergies, which led to a sinus infection, which then led to an inner ear infection, which then led to pink eye, which then led to a throat infection, all at the same time.
Alright.
I couldn't see, hear, speak, or eat. All of them gone.
I once got a fever when I was trapped in an apartment where nobody else was there.
Wait, trapped?
Well,
I'm trapped.
I woke up with a 107-degree fever.
There we go.
And I couldn't get out.
Okay.
But I was able to crawl into the bathtub and turn on the cold water and lay there for 12 hours as it poured over me until I was able to, like, get out again and function.
Jesus.
Good times.
Fun times.
Health insurance. What was that? Alright.
That's where I'm brokeies. So now that we have this mixed up nice and good, delicious, we're going to get ourselves a muffin tip.
Now we pre-greased this one. You could use the wrapper from the butter that you melted for the stuff. You could also use the spray. Do what you like.
You can also use your tongue.
And now, you stuff a muffin.
Yeah. Stuffing muffins.
Now
Now you want to make sure to get that patted down, nice and deep, because you want that muffin to be full. You want that muffin to be stuffed.
That sounds really weird.
Stuffed.
It's the growl. The growl.
Yeah.
That was the uncomfortable part of what was going on there.
Stuffing muffins all night long.
When did you get? I think we have a new career for you. We're gonna start a cosplay pornography channel where Mark Franklin Williams narrates. But what they didn't know was the elves and the Megatrons were totally gonna bone.
See, here's my thing. I was expecting a plot twist, but no, we went right where it was.
Totally gonna bone.
So,
You don't plot twist with pornography, Mark. There's no like surprise. There's not sex in this one.
Well, it's like you would assume like there's something unexpected about when the sex occurs.
No.
No.
Why'd you assume?
Okay.
You're holding pornography to an artistic standard that is not.
Yes, I am. God damn it.
Not particularly realistic.
I will not stop until a porno wins the Oscar.
What if that happens in our life? like not like a porno, but like something that has like crosses our line.
No. Here's the thing. In order for it, because if it crosses the line, then you're just like, oh, it took a risk. If it's an actual porno, right? If it's an actual porno that somehow gets an Oscar, that says something about that fucking director, that fucking writer, and yes, those fucking actors.
Carson said, throw in some tentacles and you got yourself a winner.
And time for the win.
Oh, Japan.
See, I'm saying, Mark, we could make this happen. Do you want a second career that you can't tell your parents about ever?
Only if I get to do it as like an anonymous radio host.
Not Mark Franklin Williams.
You know, with one of those like cool call signs.
Alright, so I've attempted to evenly distribute to the best of my ability.
Alright, so before we pop that in the oven, let's get a nice little look at that. Fully stuffed. Absolutely delicious. Now we're going to put that into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Luckily, we have magic available. That's right, time-bending magic.
What happened? Oh my goodness!
Whoa! Look at the stuff over there. There's so much stuff going on over there. So much over there stuff.
Kabang!
Woo! Wow, that over there thing was really over there.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Delish.
these, as you can see, are still sizzling.
We are not going to shove those into our mouths right this second.
What are you talking about? Give me a plate and a fork.
Okay.
We are doing this
All right.
now, sir.
I see where this is going. I'm not a fan.
Look how easy this is coming out, guys. This is why you want to spray. That way it all comes out nice and clean. These are nice and little pucks. So you can already see, this would be pretty easy to store if you wanted to. But also, this is a giant ball of dough and buttery grease.
Let's dig in. Now, if you were an intelligent person, you would wait for this to cool, both to help the flavors set a little bit, and also so you don't kill yourself.
Sven said, sear that flavor to the top of your mouth.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I can't feel my tongue, but I'm really happy about it.
It's like chicken soup bread pudding.
It's very salty, it's very savory. You definitely get the chicken broth kicking in. And the onion adds just that like little undertone of sweetness. Really makes the whole thing amazing.
Oh my god. Make this.
Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for joining us, Internet. This was amazing. Make it yourself. You can get the recipe over at brogeeks.com.
Stay tuned. We're gonna have some big announcements in the next month. So next month or so.
Right.
So stay with your eyeballs on the. I just can't. Oh, this.
I have a feeling we're both going to like immediately collapse. So sorry, Kim. I guess we're crashing on your kitchen.
Hello, bready pudding or.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Have a good one.
Bye,
Brogeeks.com.
Love yous. Bye bye.